Hi, we're here to demonstrate how to fill out the high school admission form. The high school admission form serves a different purpose than the online application form because it's a form that is signed electronically by the student, the parent or legal guardian, and the high school guidance counselor. So to get started, we are here at the San Juan College dual credit website. That website is sanjuancollege.edu/dual credit. On this webpage, which is designed for high school students, you can scroll down to number 2. This is for students who have already completed step 1, which is the online application. As step 2, we click on the high school admission form, and we will now demonstrate what the student does, what the parent does, and what the high school guidance counselor does. So as this form pops up, this is powered by a software called OnTask. Our student, Rose, is entering her full name as well as her email address. If you have a school email address that does not accept external emails, you should definitely use your personal email address in that field. She's now entering her high school guidance counselor's name, as well as the email address for her high school counselor. It is important that you don't have any typos or spelling errors in the email address because this is an automated software that will generate an automated email to your high school counselor. So she double checks that her high school counselor's name and email address is correct. And then she scrolls down to the bottom of this page and clicks continue. This form has multiple pages. So right now the software is working and soon we will get to the second page of this form. On this page of the form, it has general information about San Juan College's high school admission and dual credit program. So we would ask that you as the high school student read through this very carefully. After you have read that part, you can go ahead and click on the green button, Continue. For the next page, you'll want to fill out your first name, middle name if you have a middle name, and last name. Be sure to make sure that your name is capitalized and spelled correctly as you are creating a college record with San Juan College. She's now entering her date of birth. And for this part, she clicked on the drop-down arrow. If you are a New Mexico resident living in New Mexico, you'll click dual credit. If you live in Colorado, you'll click early admit. And now you'll go ahead and type in your high school name. Scrolling down on the form, it asks if you are 18 years old or not. And so if you're not 18 yet, you'll click no, and then you'll click continue. This is a very important part of the form and why it is a different form than our online application. There is a Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, which is a federal act that requires colleges to seek permission from the student before they can talk with a parent or legal guardian. What this means is that if your parent or another family member contacts the college and asks us how you're doing in your college class or what your grade is, we won't be able to talk with them unless you give us your permission as a student. So you have the option to provide the names of up to 3 people who you will give us permission to if they would contact us here at the college. So she is choosing to enter her dad's name, and she's leaving the other 2 blank. She's only choosing to give permission for us to contact her father. So most high school students, they do choose to share their parent or guardian's name with us. But you do have the option to leave it blank if you'd like. And in that case, if you leave that section blank, we would not be able to share any information about your educational record or your grades to anyone. So the software is now processing that data and will advance to the next page. Okay. She may need to re-enter that information on this page. Sometimes if you're using a school computer or you're having issues with your wireless connection, it could take one or two tries, but just keep going with the form and it should work. So now the OnTask software has generated a PDF of the information that you have entered. So you can scroll down to make sure that the information is correct. And then you'll see a red triangle where it says student signature. So she can click on create new signature. She can either, as a student, draw her signature or click on the keyboard icon and you can type your name as the student, as your signature, and then you get to choose what font you like for your signature. And then you can click on the green button at the bottom of the web page, continue. Finally, as a student, you will want to provide for us the name of your parent or legal guardian and their email address. This is for the purpose of obtaining permission from your parent or legal guardian for you to participate in the dual credit program. And this is only required if you're under the age of 18. So since she did select the box that said she is under 18, that field pops up. You'll want to make sure that your parent's email address is typed in correctly with no typos. And now it says all assigned workflow tasks are complete. So as a student, your job is done with this form. Now, it is important though, as a student, that you let your parent know to check their email because your parent now has to sign the form electronically. So since she just put John Farias as her father and provided his email address, she'll want to let John Farias know to check his email. So we'll go ahead and have him demonstrate how to sign the parent part of the form. Here in the parent's inbox, you'll see that the software automatically generated a form called the high school admission agreement. So you can see that it happened very quickly. It's an automated form. So right after the student signs it, the parent immediately gets this email. So the parent can go ahead and click on this link. And this is what the email looks like, saying that your signature as a parent or legal guardian is required for your child's high school admission to San Juan College. So what the parent does is clicks on the green box, view and digitally sign document. And what the OnTask software does is it generates the FERPA statement that the student has read. So it is important that the parent read that statement and then sign their name by typing, or I guess type their name in where it says parent name and then click continue. Now the software generates the same PDF that Rose has already filled out as the student. The parent has the opportunity to read through the entire form. And then the parent will notice this red triangle. So the parent should click on the red triangle and sign the form electronically, just like the student signed it. So the parent or guardian can either sign with your mouse or on your tablet, or you can click on the keyboard icon, type in your name as your electronic signature, and then click Insert Signature. And then click Continue at the bottom right of your screen. So the parent or legal guardian has completed their part of the form. Now we will demonstrate how the high school guidance counselor gets an automated email and completes this process. So I will be demonstrating the role of the high school guidance counselor. So here I am in my email inbox, and I have immediately received the high school admission agreement for Rose Orozco. So I will click on that email. As the high school guidance counselor, I see that I can review and approve this form. So the OnTask software does ask the high school guidance counselor to add a few more pieces of information. So I will add that since my student is a junior in high school, she's graduating in May 2023. And as the high school counselor, I will also need to add in her STARS ID number. This is a New Mexico 9-digit number that the school should have. And then it does ask me as the guidance counselor to attach a high school transcript for my student. The purpose of the high school transcript is we do ask for the cumulative GPA of the high school student, and that helps us determine if they are eligible for certain classes. So finding the transcript for my student, I will attach the file. And now, as the high school representative, I will type in my name and my title. And I will click on the green continue button. So now the software generates the PDF so that I can see what Rose has filled out. I can see who is on the FERPA release. I can see that the student signed the form, and I can see that the parent signed the form as well. And now, as the school counselor, I will have the opportunity to sign my approval that my student is ready for a college class, and I will click continue. So the software informs me that my workflow task is complete. So that is the process for the high school admission form. Within a few minutes, the student, well, it may take up to one business day. Actually, the San Juan College admissions office will process the high school admission form. They will make sure that there is an online application that has already been submitted, which is step number 1 on the dual credit website. And if they have that online application for the student, then they will process the high school admission form. And all 3 of us will receive an email showing that the form is complete. So I will show you what that looks like. So in my email inbox, I can see that actually, this is the first form, but within a few minutes or within one business day, the student, the parent or legal guardian, and also the high school counselor will receive an email, and I see it just popped into my inbox. So I'll show you what that looks like. So the admissions office has processed the form, and I see that my student Rose has completed the high school admission agreement. I can click on this, and this allows me to see the full agreement that all 3 of us have signed. So the student and the parent also get this automated email, and we can click on this link and it will download the PDF so that we can save it for our record keeping. Then after this happens, it usually takes 1, maybe up to 2 business days for the high school student to receive another welcome email from the Office of Admissions at San Juan College. The welcome email will provide a student ID number for the student. When the student receives the San Juan College student ID number, they should forward that email to their high school counselor to let the high school counselor know that they're ready to get registered for a dual credit class. Thank you for your time and attention. And if you have any questions about this process, please contact the San Juan College Dual Credit Office at 505-566-3891. You can also email us at dualcredit@sanjuancollege.edu. Thank you and welcome to San Juan College.